In the first 6 weeks, we learned about the commutative property, where you can multiply any two factors in any order and the product is the same. For example, 3 times 4 is the same as 4 times 3. We also learned the identity property. When you multiply any number by 1, the product is that number. So, for example, 8 times 1 equals 8. Zero property. When you multiply any number by 0, the product is 0. 8 times 0 equals 0. Then we have our division, okay, special quotients. So any number divided by 1 is that number. 65 divided by 1 equals 65. Any number, except for 0, divided by itself is 1. So 34 divided by 34 equals 1. 0 divided by any number except 0 is 0. So 0 divided by 17 equals 0. A number cannot be divided by 0. So 7 cannot be divided by 0. So 7 divided by 0 can't be done. A divided by 0 can't be done. Now let's write the two multiplication number sentences for this array. We learned this in the first 6 weeks and we'll be using our commutative property. So how many rows do we have? We have 10 rows. How many in each row? How many columns do we have? 1. So 10 times 1 equals 10. If I turn it around, now I have 1 row. How many in each row? 10. So 1 times 10 equals 10. Now we're going to write our division, okay, number sentences. So if we look at our array, how many do we have in all? 10. So 10 is called the dividend. 10 is called my dividend. How many rows do I have? Well, I have 10 rows. The number of rows is the divisor. How many do I have in each row? Well, I have 1 in each row, and that is my quotient. So I would write it as 10 in all, divided by 10 rows equals 1 in each row. So 10 divided by 10 equals 1. So if I turn it this way, how many do I have in all? I still have 10 in all, right? I still have 10 in all. But this time, how many rows do I have? Well, I only have 1 row, so that is my divisor. I'm dividing by 1. How many do I have in that 1 row? 10. So 10 divided by 1 equals 10. So let's apply that same concept to letter B. Let's do first our multiplication number sentence. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 7 times 10 equals 70. If I turn it this way, now I have 10 rows. 10 times 7 in each row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, equals 70. Okay, now we're going to look at our array. How many do we have in all? Well, we have 70 in all. That is called our dividend. How many rows do we have? Well, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 7 rows. So I have 70 as my dividend divided by 7 rows, which is my divisor, equals how many in each row? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Equals 10 in each row, and that is my quotient. If I turn my array this way, I still have a total of 70. My total doesn't change. I still have a total of 70, so my dividend is still 70. I'm going to divide it into how many rows do I have? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 10 rows. How many do I have in each row? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 in each row, so that is my quotient. 70 divided by 10 equals 7. Let's try another one. Letter C. We have how many rows? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 again. 10 times 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 in each row. 10 times 4 equals 40. If I turn my array, now I have 4 rows times 10. 4 rows times 10 in each row. And I still get the same product. 4 times 10 equals 40. Now our division. How many do I have in all? Well, I have 40 in all. That doesn't change. And I'm going to divide it by how many rows do I have? 1, 2, we already know that's 10. So 40 divided by 10 equals how many in each row? 4. Then if I turn my array, does my total change? Does my total change? No, I still have 40. So 40 is still going to be my dividend, but this time I'm going to divide it I'm dividing it by 1, 2, 3, 4 rows, which is my divisor. 40 divided by 4 equals how many in each row? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 40 divided by 4 equals 10. So my total does not change, okay? My product is the same, and here my dividend is the same. So here we have letter D. We are going to do our multiplication sentence first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 times 10 equals 100, because you're going to count by tens 10 times, which equals to 100. So here I don't have to do my commutative property because it would be the same. So on this one, I don't have to do my commutative property. Okay, so then on this one, I would say, how many did I have in all? Well, I had 100 in all, so 100 is my dividend. And how many rows did I have? Well, I had 10 rows. How many were in each row? 10. So that's my quotient. 100 divided by 10 equals 10.